Okay, so I was going to play the pattern again, but it did go off right the first time. And so it was like that displacement of the 7 root 2. Sometimes that'll get you. If the pattern if the pattern itself is if the pattern itself is a long pattern here, we were starting on G 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3. Okay, I think we started on the D, so it was 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6. Now the pattern itself is going to an augmented fourth there, right? The Lydian fourth. Okay, so that's going to be displaced. It's almost like the mirror image of a perfect third. Okay, but then we go to a fourth, then we go to augmented fourth, another fret up, and then we had to warp that 7 over again. Let's look at that on the fretboard. So we got root 2 3 in the D box. It's so easy because it's all right here. Here we go. Any D will do. That's why I make a big long fretboard. Here's our D. We want 2 3 4. Okay, then we went into a long pattern, 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6. Now notice how far away the 7 is from the 4 now. That's because of the tuning third here. We have root to 3 here if we want to maintain P4 tuning, which is pattern box tuning. The patterns are all in P4. Remember that. So root to 4. So our Lydian fourth now has to go over even one more. So watch out for things like that. Now let's get to today's chart. And of course we have, I don't want to leave out half diminished. You know, half diminished, I do my half diminished. And I've spent many times this year and the last year or two haggling about half diminished, and finally came up with 7 2 3 4 6. Ran out of fingers there. Okay, why 7 2 4 3 6? Because if you're playing a let's say we're playing an old-fashioned Dorian pentatonic. Here's the Dorian scale. Okay, here's the Dorian scale on guitar. Thank you, Mr. Capo. Okay, so 1 2 3 of that would be 1 2 3. Okay, and then skip 4, and then 5 6. That would be the old-fashioned Dorian scale. Okay, if we do that and treat that as the parent scale of that half diminished, then we've got, that was our half diminished from the 2. So that was like first inversion of our half diminished. So if we play that, let's get it on the screen, starting from the 2 there. Guess what? We've got 2 3 4 already. You get the whole D shape. It's important to remember which string shape or a couple of string shapes is characteristic of the particular group of string shapes you're trying to play for a certain chord quality. In this case, it's notable that the D is all there. The whole D string is there, so it's 2 3 4 like that. And then just the 6, okay, and that's the long pattern there for diminished. And on up there, way over there, from the 3 to the 4 there. Okay, let's look at the short pattern for that. For the half diminished pentatonic, starting from the 2, 2 3 4 6, 2 3 4 6, 7 2 3 4. Okay, so just a little mention on the half diminished, how we would play that. Okay, that's not what we're going to focus on today. I'm just showing you it can be done. And then when we go to 7 2 4, we'll just do the short pattern there. There you go. See, sometimes you think you have to zoom out and you really have to zoom on in, because the earphone view program zooms on in on your cursor there. So 7-2-4 here from that 2 in the D box would be just, remember D is going to be characteristic, so we got it now. It looks like a pentatonic where the others are going to have only 1, and the A box may have none. So blackened is don't play. So here we go, 2, 4, skip the A string, 7, 2, another 2-note string, then 4, then 7, but we got to warp that up, then another 2, 4 there, okay. And then 4, no, I got lost. Oh yeah, we skipped that string entirely, and then 4, 2. All right, so we kind of muddled through the half diminished, but those are what the string shapes would be. Now, what's most important today, I think, is to focus on what we have going on here, because seldomly play half diminished, and if you do, you can always just do the 2 minor substitution, okay, where you have the 2 minor here like that, and if you just raise the 6th, the you know, root base 6, this is root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, and the 2 minor is 2, 4, 6. If you raise that 6 to a 7, that is your first inversion, half diminished. Okay, so if you just play the minor triad, and instead of this 6 you use this 7, that's it. I mean, I could put that on the next chart too, you know, that we do that. So that's simply how you would derive this. But first we want to learn how to play these minors. So I'm going to show you how to do this. The easiest ones to learn, remember our old friend, the S3D and the S2C. Here's C, so it's just 2 strings, so we're going C to D. Okay, and yeah, we probably want to keep the cage circle here. So we're going C, G, D, A, E. C, G, D, A, E. All 5. Yes, that's not a coincidence. We want all 5. So all 5 are right here. These are the first 2 patterns that I learned. It's the S2C and the S3D. I used to call them the S2L and the S3L. L for long. And speaking of long, I'd like you to see right here that in the S3L or the S3D, we have a middle section here. The 4 and the 7 are on the extreme, so they're out of the picture. With the S2C or the S2L, the 4 and the 7 are in the middle. Okay, so when we go to pentatonic, we go 3, 5, 6 root. Okay, so we don't change the shape. It still have that rectangle, for instance, in the C box. So here's your C pentatonic. Bottom is just that box. But let's look at the D box. Now the D box goes like that. The pentatonic, the D starts on the 2 in the key of C. The 2 would be D. It starts on the 2 and just does this little, what I call it, a stack of 3 short. I used to call it an S3S. Okay, it's really fun to play. It's easy, like that. Okay, so it's just 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2. This is going to be the basis. The pentatonic is going to be the basis of the minor and the major, because notice the 6, okay, in both of these, notice in both